Hello, humans. Hello, humans. Let's have a look at something cool. I played a game that I really wanted to have a look at together with you guys because it featured an idea that I since then posted on Twitter as well. Okay, I lost this game. It was against Phony Sally. This is the one. Okay, got it. We are totally going to have a look at this. Oh wait, I'm being an idiot. I can just analyze it here, right? Are we good? Oh, hello Tokyo Skaki. Hello Vishal. Hello. Hello Al. Hello Al Thompson. Hello Al. How are you going? Al, last time you told me about a tournament where you were absolutely killing it, and I told you to send me the games. And you did not send me the games. Please, send me the games. Oh, wow, did I manage to spit on the screen? How did I do that? That's talent. Okay, so I played this game and I found afterwards that I missed an absolutely breathtakingly beautiful combo. And I decided to put that on the menu for today, although I do see that there was a fair bit missed in this game overall. So we are going into my recommended line against the Queen's Gambit. Declined. A6, C5, Knight H5, Bishop G3. So yeah, Bishop G3 here is suboptimal. B4 is best. You simply allow the bishop to be captured, retake with the pawn, and now we have got a much better grip on the E5 square, and consequently black's break with E5 has been made a lot more challenging. So I missed that. I dropped back to G3. My opponent played B6. And this is actually a blunder. Oh my god. Can you guys find a tactic that refutes this? This is so beautiful. Travis. That's not what my wife would say, but I will take the compliment nonetheless. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. I really do. So here is the first puzzle of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Why to move, calculate your guts out, find a win. Easy peasy. No one's in the house on Twitch? How is that even legal? That is very depressing that we have got very few peeps currently watching. Why is that, I wonder? No, no one is saying anything. Oh, come on. Ay, 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 ay. Very good, Mr. Tikari. So take, and 95 creates a double threat. Too many loose items. Hello, Sergeant. No, it's not. And also, if they insert the capture here, then we also insert the capture here. And as a result, again, we are up a pawn, up a game. GG. GG. So I missed that. I played b4 as a knee-jerk reaction. a5, a3, stock standard stuff. Can we see that again? Yes, you can. So we take b6, they take back, we take this, thus luring the queen rook into a knight jump distance. So that after knight e5, we have got a dual threat. Black is lost. Yes, it is very nice. It is very nice. Right, so back to a3. Tuck, 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 tuck. Knight c6, queen a4, very good. So black is very, very cramped on the queen side now. And here I should have gone b5, but I thought that this would close the position down too much and I can't make... Like, I can't break through on the queen side. So I refrained from doing this. Oh, Mr. Landau, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I went bishop b5. The engine hates it. Engine sucks. I rock. It's all good. Queen a8 was the way to solve the problems for black, by the way. After which maybe king d2 takes... Bishop takes, and I still am pinning the knight, so it is still marginally better for white, but this is not stuff that you would want to write home about, that's for sure. He to be boggled by chess brilliance. Yes, that's what is about to come, ironically. Knight b8, serious blunder, and I blundered, counter-blundered here. Because now after c6, essentially the knight is dead for the rest of the game. I can't believe I didn't play this move. c6, bishop back castles, and the knight is doomed. Although better is here, according to the engine, bishop d3, hitting this, and then fixing it up. Ah, that is very tidy. That is very tidy. They play h6, b5, and see you knight. Oh boy. Oh boy, that is... Oh! Servus, Mati. That is very tidy. Mati, I have a question for you, brother. Here is my question for you. I have been contemplating this now for weeks. And you are the only one who can tell me this answer. Are you ready? Hello to Big Al. Exactly. Big Al is in the house and he needs to be... Oh, Mate is also in the Twitch chat. Well, in that case, Mate can answer my question on both ends. What are the odds that I start a YouTube channel afresh in Hungarian? We reach 100k subs. That's the question. And you have to be dead set, very honest. Alright, so was missed. I played castles because I am not a capable chess player. c6 played, correct. b5 played, sus. Queen a7. And now we are approaching the position where... Oh! Guy is back! I wish I was young and I had you, said every woman. Oh boy. Thank you, guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Way too kind. I hear you that it would change your life, but the point is that I want it to change my life, and for that I need 100k. And I need to know what you think as an expert of this field. Anyway, keep going. F6, rook a1. So my plan here was to just completely infiltrate on the 7th rank and wreak havoc. I really thought that this was gonna be completely... who is the other good channel to be decisive? Bishop e8, I just went in. And I took, and I went in again. And at this point, I was 100% certain that this was carnage. Like, there's no way that we're not winning here, right? And in fact, the engine confirms. It's 5,000. Whoa! Y coming in strong.
Free analysis to your viewer. Fan of the stream.
Goddamn shock. You are too kind, buddy, but I would like to help you, Mr. 4Ys, so at least one of those should be going to you. Who is it? Just say the name, buddy. Zwischenzug! Coming in with the 2 buccarinos. It's raining money today, ladies. Raining money. Thank you so much. Trust me, though, I am gonna earn it. Because what you're about to see, gonna rock your socks off. It's insane. So this is what happened. My opponent played rook e8, defending the bishop. I played knight d2. I honestly had no other intention behind this move than to come around here and eat this pawn, which I thought was fair enough. Who is the person who is running it, Mate? Yeah, Sicilian, I have done that multiple times though, Travis, so it's not like that's a new idea. I have done that multiple times. Yeah, that's what I thought. That 100k Hungarian is tough. It's steep. Okay. Bishop f8. And now is the time to be heroes. But this guy has got like not even 5k subs. Oh, this is Hassan David. Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. I know that dude. What's the minimum amount of opening study needed for someone targeting to become an enemy in the US? Currently 1900. I don't really know what the requirement for enemies in the US, but it's substantial compared to what you currently have. Quite a bit, I would say. Thank you for the generous donations from Zwischenzug and Guy, guys, and also from Zwischenzug again. You guys are very, very, very kind. I have been putting out shorts. They gave me a temporary boost, and now it is literally as if I hadn't put out any. So shorts seems to have hit a dead end. Yeah, I know. A lot of... it seems to me that YouTube has decided that my channel is dead. I honestly think that it doesn't matter what I do. The algorithm just hates me. Yeah, I knew. I intentionally phrased it that way. That was the idea. Alright, so knight b5 wins. Rook a8 wins. All of those combinations win here. Or the combination of those ideas. But there's a standout concept here, which I would rate GM level thinking here, by the way, no less. Mostly because I didn't see it and I feel bad about it, so we need to now raise the bar to save face. Gozzy! Gozzy the Aussie. I'm sorry, I couldn't help that. Goz, how are you going, man? Good old Goz. Thank you for the subski. Only Jabava, Alekine, Benke, what do you think? It can get you there, but boy, why do you do that to yourself? Why do you do that to yourself? I mean, having such a narrow repertoire, if you are a very good player, that is the fastest way to get there. But fastest is not necessarily best, in my opinion. Because you're missing out on a lot of things along the way. So, I'm going to show you what this is all about. It's absolutely insane. No, I thought it was Austria. Yeah, it's Austria. Latvia has got a darker red. So check King H7. And here, I just absolutely lost it when I saw what the engine wanted me to do. The idea, guys, is to play knight e4. Which is easy to understand, right? Like, no big idea that we want to take f6. Like, okay, fair enough. So take, and now we're threatening with the knockout knight f6. And the only way to meet that threat meaningfully is bishop e7. Yeah? Bishop e7. And at this point, I'm like, I don't see this. Like, where is the knockout? Like, where am I going to hit next? That's exactly correct, RJ. Trappy is not a positive in my book. G4, says the engine. Casual much. And goes, good luck, Chuck. Play a move. Try to play a move for black. Absolute mental stuff. Exactly, Sergeant. If you play this, I mean, Kramnik is already like, That's Kramnik right there for you as soon as G4 lands on the board. And this time, by the way, he would even be right. Professor Kramnik. Yes, like, look at that, man. Like, make a move with black, right? Bishop can't move because knight f6. Rook can't move because e7 is hanging. The knight can't move, but I will show you that because that's amazing. And the queen has nowhere to go either. What a zoogie! Jesus! What a zoogie! Like, how good is it? My favorite line is knight d7. Can anyone find the most beautiful refutation to it? It is truly astonishingly beautiful. I will get back to the F and G pawns in a moment. By the way, guys, be warned that today's stream is gonna be short because I tuned in late and I have to pick up my daughter from school. Yeah, very nice. Very nice 4 wise. So we just take the knight, takes, and now this is pinned every which way. Holy Moses. Oh, Mr. Guy, you are way too generous. You are so generous. Snowing here, says Colin Lee. Where the heck are you, mate? So bishop takes, obviously drops the queen. Pawn takes illegal, game is over. Now let's go back to the position after g4 a little bit. So what about the g and f pawn moves? If the g5 pawn moves, that opens up a new problem for black. Can you find, guys, a new angle of attack? Yes, I can. Someone did pay some money, so... Oh, Patagonia. Argentina! Hola, señor. Hola, hola. Knight f6 is met by bishop f6. That's not that great. The momentum is not gonna fall short here. It cannot, because black has nothing to do. Excuse me. So what do we do here, guys? What do we do? Knight e6 is always a possibility, but then I can kind of eke my way out by giving up the bishop and then entering a dead loss endgame. We want more than that. That's your emergency exit. Yeah, Mr. Landau is correct. Knight g3, knight h5 is the plan. Viral! Thank you, thank you. Doing great, man. Doing, man. Great. Incredibly enough, oh, 1-3 Maddie, cheers buddy. After rook f8, it turns out that instead of taking the bishop, taking the pawn is 3 points better. Like, taking the bishop, +3. Taking the pawn, +6. Because now you're facilitating knight f5 next. It's insane. Absolutely insane. How good is this? So yeah, g5 basically loses to this new idea of coming in from here. And f5, in strong contrast, loses to... That's the easier one, by the way. Yeah, that's right. When a piece is so bad, you don't need to take it. Yeah, I have. I have, yes. Oh, guy, you don't stop, do ya? I do talk about gambits in my chessable course development, and I say there that I like the gambit, the incidental gambit, which is when you don't start a game with the intention of playing a certain gambit, but when you decide to gambit a pawn or two away because the circumstances are right for it. I think that when a player is still in the beginner phase, like below, let's say 1500, it's very handy to play a few gambits at least to develop and curate that sense of aggression, attacking, and also a good sense for what development looks like when it's done well. That's why I often muck around with my Black Medemar gambit, because that's one of those where you really get to enjoy free please play and the likes. So yeah, throwing in the odd gambit here and there is definitely not a biggie. Like it can benefit the player a lot. So yeah, knight g5 check is just too easy. Indeed. And now if the king goes back to h8, then we just take here and it's gonna be mate next. So the king needs to come up here and then you just take e6, queen hanging, mate hanging. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. And that's about the size of it. So yeah, after g4, by the way, f4 is also very good, so it doesn't matter, you just play a pawn push that gains some space on the king's side, and you are golden. If e5, you take. This is one benefit of playing g4, by the way, that now we don't have to worry about the check. How cool is that? And so if they take back, then again we have got knight g5. And even though here they do have queen d1 check, the mate threat on g7 is still deadly. Ouch! Ouch! 9! 9! And now white's best move? Thank you for coming. Check and mate. Oh my god. Where is my money? Woo! Too hot to handle. And the move order is important because if you go check first and then king g3, then it gets reversed on us very, very quickly. The Uno card is bad news there, but if you start like this, then you are golden, because if they play this, then you have f4. Take, king he mate. Yeah, that's the Nigel short mate, yeah, against Timman. The reverse Boden Kisheretsky. No, I would not. Yeah, that's a very good game. That is a very good game indeed. Alright, Mate, you told me you would send me a game. I can't see it. Send it. Why haven't I played for my Rapid for so long? For two reasons. Because I'm obsessed with the fact that I'm 2600. If you are talking about my main account. The other reason is that it's incredibly difficult to find an opponent in that rating range. Send me a ChessCom message, or you can put it in the chat if it's a PGN as well. Oh, TBA! Coming in strong. TBA. I don't know why we didn't get the noise. I think it only does it after like 5 peeps or more or some shit. Hello, Hawaii. Hey, hello, Courtney. How is life? How's life? Oh, that's the wrong account to send to. I'm on the other account. Why did you send it there, buddy? Ay, 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 ay. Send it to the actual account. Shocking, sure. Send it to the actual account, my friend. I'm going to find something on Twitter for us to look at in the interim. Whoa! Shout out to Al Thompson, who also sent us some money, which I didn't realize. Thank you so much, kind sir. You are a fair dinkum legend, no less. Okay, let me see if I can pinch a cool puzzle from Twitter. While we're waiting for Matti to send the game. No. Okay, sent. Alright, received. Okay. Anal board. Are we black or white, buddy? And what is the time control? Courtney, I was thinking about doing that. The only thing is that I don't think it would be fair to you, because I could tell that the vast majority of your decisions were made in a frenzy of panic. Because you were so conscious of your time. But I'm happy to have a look at it. White against the CM rapid. Okay, let's see. Ah, this one. Okay. Okay, this is a very spicy line. This is do or die. I have played this a number of times with black, and if you just miss one move, you're dead. And you are playing this one? I thought you played Queen D4 here. That's, in my opinion, the better one. This one was already known to be bad for white, or rather equalish, back in the 80s. In fact, I found some Hungarian players who played this back in the day. Oh. Yeah, so you absolutely have to take this. So the way how it goes, the theory, is that after take bishop here, you need to know e6 with the idea of knight e5. This is key. Well, both of them are impossible, in my opinion, to figure out. I don't know if it's impossible to figure out. The only thing that is hard to find, I think, is this, and the rest is easy. And the theory goes like this: knight g5, knight e5. Here, 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 here. And you allow the queen to go in. This is the theoretical line. Take, take, take. King g7, take. And then knight c6 and black is marginally better. Yeah, knight g5, knight e5 is not an easy move to find. I have to accept and agree with that. Yeah, equal-ish. So the idea is that after fe cb, you can't take this back because the knight is hanging. In case you're wondering about what madness is going on here. Anyway, let's go back to the game. So our opponent played here... Wait, no. Our opponent played here take back, which is not pretty. Queen d4, yeah. Knight c6, queen f2. And now our opponent is getting mated. Oh boy. This is not good at all. Chat, can you guess the strongest attacking move here for white? It's pretty outrageously epic. Whoa, Mr. Lando. Go for super early a6, rook b8, b5. Super early. And thank you for the 5 buckies. f5 it is, ladies. f5. With the idea of bringing this big boss out. So for example, bishop f5, bishop h6. And there's nowhere to go for the bishop. That's why it sucks. Like we're talking here on the +4 territory. e6 only, and then you just pull back. And it's over. Yeah, fianchetto with g6, of course, yes. The pullback, or the pull out rather, yeah? The pull out method. Because we are not naughty at all on this stream. Okay, so we played instead bishop c4. It's still aggro. Oh, Jesus. What? Bro! Why are we allowing queen trade? No, 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 you did not do that. Dudeski! That is sad. That is sad. You really, really shouldn't have traded that. I don't know what made you do that, in fact. Yeah, like, you have got Carnage City lined up here. And we're trading queens. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Okay, let's have a look at... Take... Oh! And it didn't trade the queen! Wow! Wow! Okay. Okay. And then queen b4. Jesus. What is this guy doing? Yeah, this is very good. Now we're killing it again. Guy sent me a game. Okay, I will have a look. Bishop a4, man. What? No. We need to attack here, brother. But how? To be fair, no, actually I take it back. Bishop a4 does attack. Your engine loves bishop e1, queen f6, and then bishop a4. With the idea that if they take, you take, and then you have a trapped rook. Which is very cute. And also here, after take, take, we have got knight e4 followed by bishop h4. Wow. Wow. That is some sexy chess. Chess, IQ, and your personal experience and opinion on what? I'm confused, Tushen, so can you rephrase that question, please? And thanks for the money. This is beautiful. One of those rare cases when we break through even when there is no queen on the board. Alright, so that was missed, but it's understandable. Bishop a4, yeah, it allowed bishop d7. And what if we go bishop e1 now? Then there's queen e3 check. Right, so that's the point here, that if they go queen e3 check here, you just sidestep it, and now you are threatening to triple. Yeah, this would have been very nice. Okay, so bishop a4, bishop d7, tac tac, check. Obviously, queen takes was the idea, yeah? And now we can again go f5, bishop h6, which is super sexy. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Congrats for f5. Very good. Very good. That's pure filth. Queen g4, bishop h6. Tac tac, and now opponent resigns. Nice. That was very clean, dude. I mean, queen d2 would probably have been the cleanest here, for my liking. Because that just shreds. Yes, that's the idea with f5, to give a pawn, because they are in the way. Generally speaking, that's the role of pawns in the game of chess. To be in the way. And as soon as you figure out how to get them out of the way, you've got it figured out. I mean, hard to argue against this. Overall, good shit, my friend. I guess you got a 92 score on this game. Let me check. Ooh, 84 only. Yeah, 2 misses. This was... Oh, yeah, because you had a big miss here. And bishop a4 counted as a big miss as well. Sicilian Swifty followed me years ago, which I didn't notice. Apologies, young man. Alright, I got another one from our good friend here. Ray, what color are we here? I think we are white. Good effort, Mate. Well done. Okay, Ray, what color are we, buddy? Oh, Mr. Guy. Sorry, Guy. What color? I don't know why I'm calling you Ray. Let me see. Oh, we're black. We're black. Why are we playing French? Why are we playing French? But anyway, we are playing French. It is what it is. And we're playing a dodgy line in it too. Not a fan of this. Just saying. French is a good opening. That is a correct statement. Beginners should not play French is also a correct statement. Yep. Yeah, they do. Some of them do anyway. Blame chess mood. Okay. Blaming done. It's not a bad line, by the way. It's by no means a bad line. And you are doing great here, so it's all good. Yep. I would have preferred here to not to release the tension yet and play knight c6 first, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm all for this. This is so far so good. Ooh. That I don't know how I feel about. Chat, what would you have played here for black? Courtney, you are always confusing the living hell out of me about this. What makes the French the French? The French is e6, followed by d5. This is the French defense. I don't know what the confusion is about this. The same way how c5 is the Sicilian and d5 is the Scandi. Now, back to the discussion point. What are we playing here? That is correct. I'm not talking transpositions now, though. So, instead of king d7, no one said the correct move yet. Rook c8 is okay. Castles is okay. These are third and second best. But what is the best? No, f6 is very soon, or actually, yeah, it's blundering queen g6, so don't do that. Tom says, let's go knight a5. I'm not a fan of that. And Mr. Landa already said short castle, which I already mentioned. g5 is definitely not a move here. That shouldn't be on the radar at all. Well, no one is saying it, so I will. Isn't queen b5 dead obvious here? Or am I high? Like, why is that queen b5 didn't come up at all? I'll pretend I didn't see the king f8 record by Mr. Yusim. What? what makes it obvious? Two things. We want endgames. Two, we want endgames. Since the structure is favorable to us. Like, the only way you could lose this game with black is if we get mated. Like f4, f5, and we get outrun on the king side. That's it. That's the only possible way to lose this. So as soon as the queens are off, the possibility of a loss, provided that we're not blundering stupid stuff, is literally zero. And you cannot possibly lose this. Okay, so now after f5, we're cooked. I'm absolutely flabbergasted about this move. I do not understand this move the least bit. Well, I feel like it's not so easy to not take on b5 because you can't go back there. So you have to pick one of these squares and all of them are butt ugly. Because you are lining up on the c5 for the next punch. So if you go queen c2 here, then I castle and then I go rook c8 and now I've got even more pain coming your way. But our good friend Mr. Guy completely misunderstood the roles here and he thought that he was the attacker on the king side of all places, which is completely a false narrative. Like, you have got no business whatsoever to play on the king side here. In fact, your opponent just told you, hey, I want to kill you with f5. And we go like, oh, okay then, please, go ahead. It's like, what? As opposed to, oh, you want to attack, let's trade queens. No, it doesn't explain at all. Because when your opponent plays f4, the first thing that you go is like, what do they want there? Ah! f5. You cannot not expect f5 here because that means that you are sleeping while you are playing the game. Tom, not really. I mean, you can, but after g6, g4, I play h5, and that just rips the structure apart because after h3, take, I can double up on the h5 before you could hurt me. That is true that sometimes the opponent's plan is so bad that you let it happen, but this is definitely not a case. I mean, f5 is an intimidating prospect, right? You're genuinely scared. You should be scared of f5. And therefore, you have got two logical candidate moves here for black. Two, that's it. Queen b5, g6. Everything else, utter nonsense. So, this is a good example, Mr. Nguyen. g4, h5, h3, take, and now the roles have reversed. Rook h3 or even rook h4, and you're too late to this. I will beat you to it. Even without queens. But with rook g8, it's like, what are you doing, man? Okay, f5, now we are in trouble. Bishop g5, that's another wrong trade. So now we're trading our good bishop for the bad one. Which, by the way, is the whole entire strategy behind this opening setup, which I'm not a big fan of. Is to trade the bad French bishop for white's good bishop. So that we are left with good bishop versus bad. And then on the first given opportunity, we go out of our way to trade that off. Also, at this point, and this is so typical of lower rated players, by the way, when f5 comes, generally speaking, terror and fear is in the heart of the black player, who then goes on to make up, so to speak, stories about how terrifying and difficult the defense is, instead of asking the following question. What is white's next move? / what are they threatening with? And you are not making any moves whatsoever. You are not even nominating candidates until you have a specific answer to this. What is their threat? And I would love to have some answers from chat. Okay, let's go one by one. There is a proposition for f3 and there is a proposition for f6. f6 obviously attracts a line, like we need to calculate. So f6 takes bishop d6. What is threatening here? Like, what was intimidating about this from black's perspective? I'm just gonna pretend to play a meaningful pass, although it's very difficult to do that in this position for black. This looks to me like white was about to shoot themselves in the foot. Like, they, instead of opening up the f file, they closed it. And they opened up my g file. This is not a threat. I would pay money for this to happen. Right, so f6, not a threat. What happens after fe? I take back. What does black do now? Rook f7, not a threat, I have knight d8. So what's the threat? I'm still unsure of what am I defending it. Yeah, king g6 is a likely move that can come in, but that unfortunately for you blunders into this. And thus, we arrive at the correct conclusion that although f5 is a good move, and we should not have played rook g8, objectively speaking, white has exactly bugger all threats. Therefore, we absolutely don't need to react in any way, shape or form to what's happening on the board. Like, you can carry on with whatever plan you had, except we had a completely crazy plan, but let's pretend that we didn't, and just go on with life. As opposed to the crazy... I was told if center is closed, I can attack on king sides. Jesus Christ. Who told you that? As a French player, bruv. Hello? Oh my word. Okay, brother, allow me to give you a chess lesson that you clearly needed a lot more than your membership with any chess teaching platform. So when the center is closed, where you are playing is determined by the direction of the pawn chain. Chess Mood has never, ever, ever, ever taught you that. Never. I guarantee you that. Ever. They would have said never that if the center is closed, attack on the king side. Because that makes zero sense. What makes sense is that when the center is closed and the pawn structure is interlinking like this, the direction of the pawn chain determines which side is playing on which side. So my pawn chain is pointing that way. This means I have got more space here. Therefore, I am attacking on the king side. You, whose pawn structure is pointing this way, you have more space in this vicinity. Therefore, your pawn break and your play is taking place on the queen side. It's not based on, ooh, it's close, so I will attack your king. Hello? Nah, it's where the pawn chains are pointing. And again, it's only relevant if they are interlinking, because that determines where you have more space. You do not, like, dude, where is your space here? You have got nothing here. You're squashed here. This is where you can play on the c file where your rook belongs. and on the queen side. Like playing queen b5, trying to provoke a trade. If the trade is dodged, then you can move the knight, penetrate on the queen side. You have zero business to conduct with an attack against this king. That is the most laughable concept. Tom, that's because the structure is not interlinking pawn structures. So, that's how it works. So, yeah, this was like shocking. And once again, Chess Mood never said to you that if the center is closed, attack the king. Because they are a lot better than that. Anyway, f5. Bishop g5, I very, very strongly dislike this move. No, Avatic doesn't say that. I guarantee you that Avatic does not say that. And I have never seen his material. I guarantee you that he doesn't say that. You are either misquoting what he says, or you are offering the wrong context. It's either or. No, you're not lying. You misrepresent something that was said simply because the context is false. Now, 95 is winning the game, yeah? No, you're not retarded. We are learning together. That's beaut, except probably a bit too late to the party. Oh boy. Okay, so FE. FE. And maybe just queen move. Oh no, my knight is hanging, so I need to go this way. Allow the trade, and now you can't stop penetration. That's it. Adimar, who told you? Please, please. Are you not watching my YouTube channel? Of course you are not. Where do you ever hear that double pawns are bad? And literally this comes up every stream. And I slam it home every single time I hear it. Double pawns are good just as often as they are bad. Okay, so this would have still been very rough. I'm going to answer your question about the double pawns, just so that we're clear on that one too. So, queen takes here. How is this bad? You tell me before I tell you how it's not. I want you, Adimer, to tell me what is bad about this. Amacska rúgja meg. Like, I don't understand even the proposition of this being bad. Like, what's bad about it? Tell me, I beg you. Yeah, so they are harder to defend. Correct. True statement. I am definitely with you. So, if that is our proposition that they're harder to defend, please tell me what's going to attack this. And how. Like, what is going to attack my b5 pawn? Right? Like, absolutely zero chance that white can attack this pawn in the next 20 moves. Number two, right next move, literal next move, I can and should play b4 and trade it off, allowing me to access both of these files. Yeah? Can take both with knight or rook. Then king d7, rook c8, and black is clearly better. Courtesy of the double pawns, by the way, I have an open file to work with, which I would have never had if this pawn was back here. Then I'm reduced to one open file. which is far less likely to succeed because white can always oppose. But when you're opposing on 2, then I would trade onto 1, penetrate on the other. Yes, well, no, it's not silly. It's prudent to think that way, and that's exactly what I did. And without wanting to hurt you, that's what you did not. You just went like, this is bad because they are hard to defend in the long run. That's not thinking long run. That's just regurgitating a concept that doesn't work. What I did was, I went like, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? And I went, the weakness is meant to be that they can't defend each other. So they are vulnerable. Let's see. Can they be attacked? And I checked. And I came back with, no, they can't. The benefit, they can break up pawn chains and open up files for the rooks. Can they do that? Yes. So the double pawns here is a net win for black. 0 downsides, positives only. That's what happens when you think. If you just go like, double pawns are bad, isolated pawn is bad, then you're not thinking. That's the simplest difference. Because I don't understand where this double pawn talk comes from, by the way, and I spoke about this all the time. But if it were true, then the Rui Lopez would be a winning opening, yeah? Because, oh, double pawns. Game over. Black won, because double pawns, right? Like, I can think of more openings that feature double pawns than openings that don't. So I just am utterly confused when I see stuff like that. 4-night Scotch. One of the most popular openings. Oh! Double pawns. Black is lost. Next. So it doesn't work like this. You need to apply critical thinking to a concept to determine whether they are bad or not. Anyway, let's move on. Almost always, by the way, when people deny or reject an idea because it allows double pawns, it's the bad decision to make, and they should embrace the double pawns. You are most welcome. Unfortunately, not a lot of YouTube channels would tell you this. Mine does, but for that, you would need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you can find here. Hanging pawns is 2 pawns side by side that are not supported by pawns alongside them. My latest YouTube video, second last YouTube video, features that structure when I entered the Karo-Kampanov, and then it went into the Panov Nimzo. Not quite this move order, but actually, no, sorry, I will give you the correct move order. So this is how it went. I'm just going to give you the idea. These are hanging pawns. 2 pawns side by side, but no pawns on either side of them to support those 2. So they help each other, but they have no support from either side. That is the hanging pawns. Okay, back to the game because I'm now deviating a lot. So this looks like a game-losing blunder because of Queen c5 93, no? Yeah, nice. Game over. Mr. Guy, my current rate is 65 USD. Okay, this is not the cleanest to take this. The cleanest is to take this, because that also defends the penetration point after take-take. But it's fine. It's just not the cleanest. Yeah, this endgame technique, man, is very, very, very shaky. I really... Like, what is this move, man? Like, how do I want to win this game? By promoting this pawn. Every move that I'm playing that doesn't help this pawn to get closer to touchdown is a royal waste of time. So, how is this move helping the pawn to progress? Doesn't. King here supports the pawn. Yeah, this made absolutely no sense. Again, does not help you at all. Go up and support your pawn. Okay, this is neat. Yeah, yeah. Ish. Here, or any kind of coming down on the second was good. Or here, and then knight c2. But I know what you're doing, and this is also great. So this is now a good way to finish it. Okay, finish was neat. So, key points of the game. Queen b5, try to trade down to endgames in this line is always beneficial for you. This was total la la land to come here, and we should have been absolutely gutted. And bishop g5 was also very, very bad and ill-conceived. No, double isolated is definitely an extreme, which is rarely good. But even there are exceptions to the rule. Once again, I'm very happy to show you an opening line that ends white having double isolated right out of the opening. And white is completely fine with that. It looks like this. Took, double isolated. And white is totally fine. I have won a few very, very memorable games with this, with white. I have, in fact, a very good score with this line. Theory starts about here, by the way, with f4. Double isolated. And it's totally fine. But as a general rule of thumb, the more extreme it gets, the more likely that it gets bad. I think Courtney responded to the wrong chat. That was for Sergeant Major. How long average would it take someone to achieve 2K rated on ChessCom? I don't know. That's the same question of how long does it take for someone to achieve a 40-inch vertical jump from 0? Is there an answer to that question? I don't think so. It takes as long as a trip to the trampoline. I guess. Yeah. Guy, did I look at your other game that you sent me? I don't think so. Have we looked at the one above? No, we haven't seen this. You sent this, and since you donated already 5 bucket loads of money, I'm gonna have a look at this. We also don't have anything else on the agenda. This one you are Black again. 2 months. Bro. Who even said 2 months? Dudsky, in my opinion, most amateur players who are not dedicating their life to chess, if you improve 100 rating point in a year, especially north of 1500, that's insane. That's remarkable growth. Like in the 1500 and up territories, you really need to dedicate time and effort and energy to grow like 100 rating point per year. Alright, let's go. So our friend is black here. Dutch, good. Thank you, Liam Pico. Thank you, thank you. Eddie Mayer, I hope you are not going to consider that. This is a bit too soon. I generally like to wait for a provocation, but the engine approves of this. If you started 2 months ago from absolute scratch, like learning the rules, and you are 1800 now, then you are the next world champion. Like, no one is ever gonna buy that. I would also like to invite you to share your account because I can't wait to have a look at your games. Good, good. Maybe castles first. Also, a couple of things. So, yeah. I don't know how much of a hurry I would be with d6. Castles is part of the deal, but it's not something that you want to break your neck over. So let's develop first this, then this, put the knight on e4, and then do the rest. Maybe it's a little bit more solid. No, castle? What? What do you mean, Courtney? Yeah, like, this is the type of stuff that, yeah, often I observe in low-level chess, is that it's inconsistent play. Like, we played d6. That, to me, tells that you want a castle, because you just cut this off, right? Then we don't castle, we play b6. In that case, why didn't we play b6 here, and then bishop b7? Like, it's just inconsistent play. And now you pay the price for that. Although 94 is fine, so never mind. What? Hello? 94? Mr. Fine Rank Cleaning, you follow this. And you just submit a game, but I won't have time for any more because I need to go and pick up my daughter from school. I don't understand, Courtney, your questions. Can you please talk in full sentences? Bishop a3 was designed to prevent castling. What I'm really upset about is that why don't we play here 94? That is where I want answers. Like, this is part of our plan, and our opponent is provoking it. And all the other moves look ugly, especially c6 that makes this tension very obnoxious. Okay, I will move on because I'm not getting answers. Yeah, I mean, playing bishop b7, having played c6, not exactly picture perfect, but oh my god. Yeah, c5, great. Very good. Now this looks to me like take, and we just want a piece and the game. You got no dukes. I don't know what that means. Take, and take. Very good. That was very good. Not a fan. I would have played here rook e8. Because there is back rank mate. And we want to trade the heavies to get rid of with all the pieces to make the win absolutely problem free. Okay, I don't understand the logic of what you're doing. So you went to attack the pawn. Then you went to attack the pawn. And when you could take it, you decided to not do that. What? Like, bro, you could have played knight d4 here. Instead, we spent 5 moves to chase this pawn. And then when it was good to take, we go like, actually, fuck it. What? What? These are the logical hurdles, or... It's not a logical hurdle, it's more like a logical fail. Stumble. Stumble is the word I was after. That I just don't understand how these moves come about. Like, we go after the pawn with move 1, then fork with move 2, ready to capture, and we go like, actually, no, I changed my mind. Why? Not that I'm a big fan of chasing this pawn, but if you spend so much time on it and energy, you might as well. Yeah, I don't buy that. Yeah. Overall, good game. But your opponent put up 0 resistance, so this was not a very good one to learn from. Oh, please tell me it's not a raid.
Isn't black just up a piece?
Oh, and a few pawns. Yes, Sensen, they are. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the subski. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been very, very kind to me today, and I really appreciate that. I don't know when I will be able to stream again this week. Thursday, Friday, definitely not. Tomorrow is maybe, maybe not. It depends on how I go. So, yeah. But for now, I'm going to have to call it a day very soon. Mr. Guy, if you have got any coaching inquiries, that can be done via email, which is the same as my YouTube channel, ChessCoachAndras. Right on, ladies and gents, let me find a worthy human to raid. I have been meaning to raid Blood Queen, but she's always away when I finish. I saw her on earlier, and now she isn't. Folks, be good to each other, play some chess. Good chess preferably. Hmm. All right. I have no idea who this lovely lady is, but I decided to raid her. Take care, lovely folks. I will be back soon. Keep on watching the YouTube in the interim. Love you all. Bye. Cheese, Adimar.